Survival becomes joy when nobody's holding you hostage. Because the quiet you keep is finally your own. They said it was just a get-together. No reason to fly home. No reason to dress up. No reason to expect an invitation. So I didn't. I boarded a flight to Maui instead. Hours later, my phone wouldn't stop vibrating. Mom sobbing. Dad apologizing. Madison screaming that I'd ruined her engagement. Funny. I wasn't even invited. I watched the waves hit the rocks like applause for survival. Somewhere between the salt and the sky, I realized. The party I'd begged to attend all my life was never meant for me. I'm Judith. And last weekend changed everything I believed about family. Have you ever faced something like this? Tell me in the comments. They said it was casual. Now everyone's crying. I've always been the wrong kind of daughter. The black sheep. The one who moved too far, worked too hard, spoke too loud. Madison? She's the golden child. Nurse, sweet, predictable. The kind that photographs well at family dinners. I was the glitch. The one they edited out. Thursday, Mom called during my lunch break. Her voice was too soft. Sweetie, Madison's having a little get-together this weekend. Nothing fancy, just close friends. No invitation. Just information. I smiled into my coffee. Sounds fun for them. She hesitated. Right, just low-key. That word clung to me all day. Low-key. As in, don't ask questions. Friday night, my cousin Emma called, furious. Judith, you're kidding, right? You're not going? Going where? Your sister's engagement party. My chest froze. What engagement party? She sent me the invitation. Gold foil. Catered dinner. 60 guests. The one I was never supposed to see. I called Mom again. Her pause told me everything. We thought it might be better if you weren't there. Better for who? You know how you can be, she said. You make things about yourself. That sentence carved something out of me. As if being different was a crime. As if self-respect was arrogance. I'd flown home for every holiday. Paid their bills. Saved their house once. Still, I was the embarrassment. The complication. I hung up and sat in the dark. Anger came first. Then grief. Then something sharper. Clarity. If they wouldn't celebrate me, I'd learn to celebrate myself. If you've ever been made to feel like the outsider, you know the ache I'm talking about. So I started planning my escape. Rachel picked up on the first ring. She always does when I'm unraveling. Rach, I need a miracle, I said. I want to disappear somewhere beautiful. Within hours, she had it handled. First-class flight to Maui. A suite with ocean views. Private cabana. Spa. Sunset helicopter tour. A vacation built like an apology from the universe. I didn't tell my family. Why would I? They'd already made it clear I wasn't part of the celebration. Saturday morning. While they set up champagne glasses and fairy lights, I fastened my seatbelt and exhaled 10 years of pretending. I asked the attendant for coffee, then champagne. I posted a photo mid-flight. Champagne in hand. Caption. Sometimes you celebrate yourself. Here's to knowing your worth. By the time we landed, the comments were already pouring in. You deserve this. So proud of you. Living your best life. My boss reacted with a raised hands emoji. A college friend wrote, taught me to choose myself. It wasn't revenge. Not yet. It was oxygen. Proof I still existed. Outside their definition of too much. The resort was unreal. Floor-to-ceiling glass. The ocean folding itself against the horizon. Plumeria on the walkway. Salt in the curtains. I stood there barefoot. Finally breathing. Post 2. Paradise found. Sometimes the best company is your own. Story views climbed. DMs stacked like bright little receipts. The algorithm loved it. So did my friends. My phone felt warm with permission. And then came the cabana photo. The sunset melting gold across my shoulders. A glass raised toward the sky. Caption. Sometimes the best parties are the ones you throw for yourself. I posted it at 9 p.m. Seattle time. Right when the engagement toast would begin. I put the phone face down and listened to the water argue with the shore. At first, the buzz was friendly. Hearts, likes, DMs. Then the notifications shifted. Cousin Emma. Wait, are you in Hawaii? Aunt Linda. Your mom's asking about you. A neighbor. Living through your stories tonight. And then more. Because half the people at that engagement party were also following me. High school friends. Jake's sister. Family friends. Guests holding phones under the fairy lights. Scrolling through my feed in real time. Someone whispered, someone pointed, someone left early. The whispers started there, rising like static between clinking glasses. Isn't that Judith? Why isn't she here? A question with teeth. Emma texted updates. Live from the implosion. Jake's mom is asking about you. Madison looks pale. People are talking. Photographer looks uncomfortable. I sat on the sand with another drink. The air smelled like salt and closure. The sky went purple, then navy, then forgiving. Somewhere across the ocean, my absence was louder than my presence had ever been. That's when the phone started ringing. The first call came at 10:15 p.m. Hawaii time. Mom's voice cracked through the static. "Judith, you need to come home right now." I turned toward the dark water. "Why?" "The party is ruined," she cried. "Madison's devastated. Jake's parents left. Everyone's asking about you." I almost laughed. "I wasn't invited, remember?" She sobbed harder. "Please, Judith, you have to fix this." "I have to fix being excluded?" Then another voice. "Madison, you're unbelievable," she screamed. "You planned this trip to ruin my engagement." "No, Madison," I said quietly. "I planned this trip because you made sure I wasn't welcome." "You always twist things," she shouted. "You love being the victim." "I booked the flight after I found out," I said. "Check the timestamps." Silence. Then Jake's voice, calm but sharp. "Judith, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you weren't invited." My throat burned. "I figured you didn't," he sighed. "I thought you couldn't come because of work. If I'd known, I would have insisted." The line rustled. Voices overlapping, someone crying. Dad came on next. "Honey, we never meant to hurt you." "You just did it anyway," I said. "You chose comfort over honesty." He tried to speak, but I hung up. The night hummed, warm and indifferent. Then Emma texted again. "Jake's parents just left the party. They're furious." Messages stacked like dominoes. Mom's in tears. Aunt Karen's yelling. Jake looks sick. I pictured the fairy lights flickering over awkward silence. Guests avoiding eye contact. The photographer packing up. Emma's last text. Aunt Karen just said out loud that you saved their house. She's calling everyone hypocrites. I exhaled. The truth had finally shown up to the party. Half an ocean away, I sat in a white robe, watching the tide erase its own mistakes. By morning, Mrs. Thompson called me herself. "Judith, I owe you an apology," she said. "No one should treat family that way." She sounded steady, almost protective. "Jake and Madison need to think hard before this wedding." Her words floated like a verdict. I thanked her, then let the silence hold. Later, Jake texted again. "We're going to counseling. Your family needs it too. I'm sorry they made you feel small." I read it twice, then turned off my phone. The sun climbed through the curtains, soft and unbothered. The ocean didn't care who got engaged. For the first time in years. Neither did I. And that's when I decided to stop being their complication. Monday morning, Madison called again. Her voice was small, like someone standing in her own wreckage. "Jake isn't sure about the wedding," she said. "You ruined everything." I stared at the ceiling fan turning slow circles. "I didn't ruin anything, Madison. I just refused to play along." "You could have just stayed quiet," she snapped. "I did," I said. "For 28 years. Silence. Then she whispered, "Everyone's talking about you instead of us." "They're talking about what you did," I said. "There's a difference." "You owe me an apology," she said. "Do you actually believe that?" "I wanted my day to be perfect. And you thought perfection meant erasing me." I hung up before she could cry again. Then I called my parents. "We need to talk," I said. "About everything." Mom tried to soften it. "Judith, we just wanted peace." "You wanted control," I corrected. "You lied to my face and asked me to fix it." Dad cleared his throat. "You're still our daughter." "I know. That's what makes it hurt." "You've always seen me as support, not as equal," I said. "When you need saving, I'm family. When you celebrate, I'm noise." The line stayed quiet. "I'm done being your emergency fund. Your emotional sponge. Your complication. I won't send money. I won't fly home for guilt. If you want to see me, start with honesty." "Judith, don't do this," Mom pleaded. "I'm already doing it." There was breathing on the line, like wind through broken glass. That afternoon, Jake texted, "Therapy's scheduled. Wedding's on hold. She's not handling it well." "She's never had to," I wrote back. He hesitated before sending the next one. "I've seen it now." "You weren't the problem." For once, I didn't downplay it. "I know," I replied. Then I put the phone down, made coffee, and let the quiet feel like mine. Days blurred into something cleaner. I worked late, slept without replaying every word. Guilt called sometimes. I stopped answering. When people asked about the drama, I just said it clarified things. Because it had. The hierarchy was gone. The pedestal cracked. The mask slipped. For the first time, their silence didn't scare me. It sounded like freedom. That night, I sat by my window, the city lights humming below. I wrote a list titled, Things I Will Not Apologize For. Number 1, existing loudly. Number 2, choosing myself. Number 3, not fixing what I didn't break. Number 4, expecting love to feel mutual. Number 5, walking away when it isn't. I pinned it to my wall. Then I slept easy. By morning, I knew exactly who I was without them. 3 months passed. The silence turned into space, and space turned into peace. Jake called off the wedding. He told Emma he couldn't marry into denial. Madison blamed me, but even that felt distant now, like background noise through a closed door. My parents kept calling. Apologies mixed with guilt. Guilt dressed up as love. I stopped answering after the 5th voicemail. Some endings don't need conversations. They just need distance. Work felt different, lighter. I got promoted again. My boss said, "You seem unshakable lately." I smiled. Turns out, peace looks good on people. Then life surprised me. Someone new, a quiet kind of good. He loved the same things my family called flaws. Independence, boundaries, fire. He said, "You're not complicated, Judith. You're clear. We're engaged now." A small ceremony in Tuscany. Only people who clap when others shine. My family's invited. If they can celebrate without rewriting history. Sometimes I think about how far I've come. From crying on my couch to dancing under Italian lights. From begging for space at their table to building one of my own. Healing doesn't look loud. It looks like peace that stays when the applause fades. I still think about Hawaii sometimes. The salt, the light, the way the ocean never apologized for being too much. That trip wasn't an escape. It was a homecoming to myself. If you've ever had to walk away from your own blood, just to breathe, you're not heartless. You're healing. Because the best revenge isn't anger. It's peace. It's waking up to quiet mornings and knowing no one owns your happiness anymore. I built my own table. It fits fewer people. But everyone here claps when I speak. The ocean still whispers when I need reminding. Freedom sounds a lot like forgiveness. Sometimes the family you lose makes room for the life you deserve. The view is better from here. Before saying goodbye, if this story touched your heart, please give it a like. And share it with someone who needs to hear this today. Don't forget to subscribe for more true family betrayal stories. That reminds us we are stronger than we think.